In order to truly transform any nation with the gospel of Jesus Christ, there are 8 mountains of a society which the gospel must penetrate in order to have a godly and reputable society. The 8 mountains of a society which comprises of family, religion, business, education, government, media, arts and entertainment, and technology. According to the senior pastor Temple of Glory Church at Sokoro, Pastor Ike Monye, he noted that as Christians, there is more to do in expansion of God's kingdom. A correspondent was at the last Sunday service and now tells us more.
In advancing the kingdom of God, Christians are to influence the earth for Christ, as it is believed that the church must be a positive agent for the change and transformation in the community. Today, there is what is known as the 8 mountains of influence, and the nations of the earth is changed and transformed through 8 mountains. These 8 mountains of influence are considered to be cultures that mold the way people think and influences each other's lives on a daily basis. And if individuals are to make any significant impact and change in the community as a church, then they must engage these 8 mountains of social spheres and influence them for Christ and his kingdom. By so doing, it can bring change and transformation to a nation. Pastor Ike Monye, who spoke with Clearview News in an interview, sheds more light on the 8 spheres of influences.
Every society where men live, every nation on the earth, there are things we call the 8 mountains or 8 influences or spheres of influences, meaning those are the things that affect the culture of the society. Those are things that drive the society. And that is also what affects men, women in the society. And so there's a mountain of education, there's a mountain of art and entertainment or celebration, there's a mountain of media, communication, of course, there's a mountain of government, then there's a mountain, like I said today, of business, economy, there's a mountain of family and religion. Those things, everybody in every society is engaged in those things, and that's what frames or affects how the society lives. I began to say today that the devil has taken hold of most of the mountain of society. Christians are not influencing society in art and entertainment, music. Christians are not in fact affecting education. Christians are not affecting, but where we are very strong in is family and religion or church. But the devil is also coming there now to take over those mountains, to redefine what family should be, to redefine what church should be. So churches are under attack, the family is under attack.
Monye also charged Christians to value their family, noting that it is only when the family is in a state of confusion that is when the devil creeps in.
As church people, we hold sacred the family. We should value our husbands. We should value our wives. We should value our children. And like I normally say, if we make sure we hold our families together, if we make sure we teach our husbands, our wives, our children the way of God, our society will be a totally different place. But today, a lot of homes are dysfunctional. So it's church that is reparenting people again. It's church that are teaching people to do right and do wrong. But hopefully, if marriages and families are strong, then the church will have less work to do.
As Christians, God has placed governmental authority to guide. It is in the hands of Christians to take their place and positions.
In these last days, the mountain of family and of church, in many ways, seems to be the last place that God is holding on to.
Chinedu Mbatwebu, reporting for Clearview Television.